My name is Udo KLEINITZ. I'm the Secretary General of ICOMIA. I'm a boat builder by training. I worked 15 years restoring wooden boats, and about 10 years ago I moved into the association world. ICOMIA is the global organization representing the marine leisure industry. And in that organization I worked over 5 years as technical manager, looking after the development of ISO standards and how they support legislation. Our organization is involved in standardization. We represent the industry. And one of our goals is to harmonize legislation on a regional or global scale. This is why it is very important for us to actually provide the basis for harmonization. We cannot only encourage legislators to follow that goal to harmonize standards, we have to produce also a reference. And that reference for global harmonization exists in the form of the ISO standards, or published as European standards. To some extent also the essential requirements that are given by the Recreational Craft Directive we promote globally as a set of minimum requirements that include everything that is needed to produce a safe product. We had fragmentation of law. So we saw a lot of requirements coming up on a very local basis. That could have been some requirements on a lake, in a region, some operational bans, and so on. And that just came up on a very local basis. Boats and equipment or other products such as personal watercraft or so, they're manufactured in relatively low numbers and by small and medium enterprises. So if you have to comply with regulations in this county or on this lake specifically, then your cost of compliance explodes. Additional cost to comply with requirements. So if I have to take all these requirements into account and produce paperwork for all these, or get the actual requirements in, study them and so on, that is time. But it's time only. The product will just see minor alterations but deliver the same purpose. So what our organization did is take initiative at regional level in Europe. We proposed the creation of a European-wide directive that became the Recreational Craft Directive now. It was published for the first time in 1994 with a set of essential requirements that set performance requirements for product safety. So it's basically some very generic headlines that show the aims that the manufacturer has to apply. And then there came the mandate to produce standards from these requirements, to underline these requirements and to set a benchmark. So even though these standards are not mandatory, everybody knows this is the minimum that you have to meet. If you want to find another alternative because you are used to building something different or so, at least you should reference it or have a good justification in case you don't meet that safety standard. And that helped in our sector a lot. It firstly gave the consumer the confidence that the CE mark product is a safe product, that it meets certain minimum requirements. It protects local markets from cheap imports, so because we're all working on the same basis, and it helps companies that work beyond their local market with the benefit of harmonized regulations.